Hey, welcome to the Engineering and Environmental Science Academy. My name is Beverly Rodriguez Sanchez, and I'm the lead teacher for the Engineering Academy here at John Muir High School's Early College Magnet. As part of being an EESAneer, yes, EESAneer, I am hoping that our students build a community that fosters their personal and professional growth. We really want to build a sense of family, and in a family environment, we grow together, we learn together, we struggle, we build up together. And so that's definitely something that is an important sort of behind the scenes learning that I kind of ingrain into the students, how to work together, how to build a relationship, because that's going to be an essential skill moving forward, and how to foster that community so that it's a community of ideation and a community of growth. The courses that I teach at the 9th grade level is the Intro to Engineering Design course. It's a course where we're going to build up that STEM confidence. Of course, it's a project-based learning environment. All of my courses are. And in this space, we're going to be focused on some particular technical outcomes. The technical outcomes are to learn how to design and draw and apply that physical ability to the CAD world, so computer-aided design. So our students will go from drawing things by hand to learning how to draw those things in a computer environment, and then feel free to design and create based on that ability. So we have tons of 3D printers, so they will have specific projects that will build up that technical skill, but then after that they can continue to create and design on their own for pleasure or for technical ability, or simply to meet the needs of a particular project. As far as my breakdown in the class goes, in this environment and in all of my courses, the biggest section of their grade comes from a project. So we're looking at, in the 9th grade year, 40% of your grade is going to come through your projects. And your project could fail, but you communicating, having the reporting, having the presentation, that is where the project grade is going to come from. Of course, we're going to do other things like smaller activities. The students are going to be building up their portfolio. We're going to be working on that. And any other sort of engineering concepts and skills and standards, like having a notebook, how to maintain a notebook, how to take notes to go back and reflect on the work that you're doing, it will be an important process. Some of the outcomes that here at the John Muir Early College Magnet that we really focus are inquiry, reflection, communication. These things are important. And so in the 9th grade year, we're really going to get into that starting entry level base and really learn how to build that up. As we move into our sophomore class, it's our Principles of Engineering course. This is more a survey of engineering, so we're going to get a little taste of everything. From the science side, where I'm going to be applying some of the physics that they've taken in 9th grade into their sophomore course. Some chemistry they'll be taking in their sophomore year will be part of some of the integrated learning that we're going to tie into for some of the technical sides of what we do. So the students will learn about mechanisms, will learn about materials and structures, automation and kinematics, and the technical ability that's going to come out of that, the very sort of technical skill that they can work on, is we're going to teach them how to program the devices that they build. So we're going to go from just building machines that have a function to building machines that can function on their own. As the students move through our program, so that's our 9th and 10th grade year, those are the fundamental levels. From both of those courses, they'll be able to go after industry certifications. So for our 9th grade course, they can get certified in Autodesk Inventor or in Onshape. This is really great opportunity for students because you can monetize a certification. What I mean by that, it's a trade skill you have earned, and now there are people outside of our classroom in industry who are looking for people with that very specific skill. And by having that very specific skill, you can charge them for doing it. So our students can freelance the CAD work that is out there, or simply continue to build up their skills so that when they apply to the specific college engineering programs or college medical programs, they can show the skills that they have and that they're ready for that college and career workforce. The final course that the students will take in our program, so in their junior year, they will leave my care and go to my colleague, Mr. Flores, for our digital electronics class, but then come back to culminate everything that they've learned from all of their courses, not just our technical courses, into our capstone course. It's your senior project course. In this phase, students will be choosing a project that they will work on for a year long, from learning how to begin that research and have that justification, creating designs and preparing for testing of that design, prototyping, creating the product, testing how it works, and last but not least, culminating all of that into a presentation that they will actually present for a body of adults. Those adults will be made out of our community partners, our business partners, our staff here on our campus. And this particular presentation will meet their PUSD graduate profile defense requirement. It's really important to go through a process of learning how to defend your learning. I think number one, it gives you a certainty where you get to stand on your own 2 feet and feel confident about what the work that you have put together, as well as your abilities, what you've been able to professionally and personally grow, and how you were able to do that. So again, this project, this portfolio work will show us how inquisitive they've been for this particular project and where all of that kind of started to build up all the way back into the 9th grade year. It'll show us how reflective they are and how self-aware they are of their process, that they can be self-motivated and persevere through difficult times throughout that project. As I tell my students, your projects can fail, but you will be really good at communicating your process, and that is not failing, that's succeeding at that point. So again, in this course, obviously the majority of the work that we're doing is the project that they've selected and designed. So all of their grade is going to come from that project. All of their reporting, all of their presenting, the prototype itself that they build, or the technical solution that they create. And there will be a few activities and workshops that we'll do throughout, just kind of brushing up on some technical skills that they kind of need, some word processing. So learning how to format a report, learning how to use Sheets as a data analysis tool. That kind of stuff will kind of add, that will be a side activity to the work that they're doing. But again, this will meet their graduate defense requirements and really be a nice sort of like trophy to the work that they've done over the 4 years in our program. I really hope that you feel welcomed into our environment and that our students feel supported. So I believe in mastery, and my grading kind of follows that. The majority of your grade comes from what you're able to produce. And sometimes you're gonna need a little extra time to produce that. So if that is the case, students are gonna learn how to communicate with me and say, you know, I just need an extra day to complete this project, or here is everything I have up to this point. Please give me feedback on that, and as soon as my project is complete, I will resubmit so that you can revise that grade. Again, mastery takes time and effort, and I want to build our students up to being able to be self-aware and motivate themselves to push forward and to complete and submit things so that they get the reward of and the sense of accomplishment from having done so. Some of the other things that I do outside of our class, I am the advisor for our architecture, construction, engineering mentoring group. It's a great program where students will work with architects, construction managers, and engineers from a lot of different backgrounds. They will work on a particular design project together, as well as have an opportunity to get the inside scoop in their world. So visiting a construction site, getting to job shadow somebody at their offices, and more importantly, that mentorship. The mentorship is, again, going back to what I talked about with our EESAneers, building a relationship with someone that is going to be mutually beneficial. And many of the students that we have in our ACE program become the interns, become the employees, become the bosses, and now our current lead mentor, Luis Barros, is the lead of our ACE mentoring program here at John Muir's Early College Magnet and here for our Pasadena group. So in addition to that, some of these after school programs, the internships we provide for the students, lead to things like scholarships and employment. So it's going to be really important, and I will push all of the students to take advantage of all of the opportunities that we have for them. The way that I communicate with the class outside of verbal communication is through Canvas. That's where all of the assignments will be listed out. That'll be some of the spaces that they'll do some of the submission of their work in. There are other online platforms. We are a career technical course, so we're going to be using a lot of different technology. Some of the technology we use to communicate back and forth and to build up their portfolios are Skies Learn. That'll be an online platform that they'll use. Obviously, Google Drive and the whole Google Suite we'll be using as well. To communicate back and forth, I use the Remind app for my courses, so I do have a text messaging app to do that. That's called Remind. And you as parents and you as students can join. And anytime I make a large group announcement, you'll be able to receive that via text message. The other program that the students will be using is our Project Lead the Way online curriculum. It's basically an online book of all of the resources and curriculum the students will be using throughout the 4 years. So they'll have a Project Lead the Way account that they can use. And again, it's much like an online book. So anything I explain to them, anything that any procedures that I give them, they can go back and use it as a reference in case they needed to have some extra time to understand or read it themselves. My office hours are Wednesday and Friday. I am available from 8:30 to 10 o'clock. And after school from 3:40 to 4 o'clock every day, Tuesday through Friday. As the lead of the program, sometimes I am tied into different meetings. So if you are in the Canvas space, you'll be able to kind of block out certain times for us to meet virtually. And that'll make it really easy for us to meet from anywhere. So my office hours will kind of be listed there, and there'll be 30-minute slots that you can kind of book. So students can book that for some extra one-on-one time. Parents can book that to kind of talk over and get a check-in on what's happening in my classroom, and how to better support our students, our EESAneers. Thank you again for being part of this EESAneer community, for being part of the John Muir Early College Magnet. I am here to be part of your family and part of your community and to support you. So please, by all means, reach out. And if I can help, I would, and I will. You can also check out what's happening in our world at any given time using our social media. On Instagram, it's EESA_Muir. We do have a Facebook under Muir EESA. And last but not least, we do have a YouTube channel under the Engineering and Environmental Science Academy. Thank you again. So long, Mustangs. Until next time.